Hi guys, it's Debbie with Debbie J's Crafting Corner, and today's video is part of the World Card Making Day hop for Catherine Pooler. I mean, I like crafting and making cards anyway, and the fact that they went ahead and sent me a few more things for Christmas gives me a good excuse to make some more Christmas cards, right? So I've got the Hang Your Stocking die. Haven't decided if I'm going to use this one or not today, but I do plan on using these guys. This one is the Stocking Stuffers stamp set and the Stocking Stuffers dies, which now makes sense. It would go along with our little stocking here because we've got all these fun ornaments. The stocking would be, of course, hung by the chimney with care, and we've got some cool presents and candy canes to go along with all the things. So what I'm going to just do now is just kind of play and stamp out some of these lovely little stamps using my Misty tool and my new waffle flower sticky grid. I do have that in there. You can't really see it, but it's basically a humongous polymer stamp, photopolymer stamp. So I'm having fun with it. Let's just put it that way. It is working out fantastic. We've also got some new inks. Some of the two newest ones that I've got here are On the Lake and With an Olive. Yeah, so I plan on using those along with some of my other Catherine Pooler inks. And we're just gonna go with it and see where all the stamping goodness takes me. I figure all of these little images are perfect for all types of cards. So right now my plan is just to stamp out a bunch and kind of make them as embellishments, and then I can decide where I want to add them. Now that I'm looking at this, I should probably keep things in about the same color family. My leaves I know I'm going to do in greens, and I think I'm going to start off with everything else. I think I'm going to do in some reds. So I think that'll be kind of cool. So we've got our present down here and a couple of bows. And let's go ahead and do the candy canes as well. There's two of those in here. That is fun. And all of these come with coordinating dies. So that is real cool too. Okay, so I think I'm going to start off with the leaf. Let's go ahead and pick everything up. And I'm going to start off with the leaf and do that in With an Olive. And then I think I'm going to add some Deck the Halls to it to add a little bit of a darker green. This one is very, very juicy because that is a brand new ink pad. So look at that. Isn't that lovely? And I think I just want, like, along the edges, I'm going to put some of that Deck the Halls and kind of blend it out a little bit. I don't do a lot of layering of inks, but I think this is a fun opportunity to try it out. That looks kind of cool. I think I do want to add some more of the With an Olive though to this. There we go. Yeah, I do like the way that looks. That looks kind of cool. So now I'm going to go on to the other stamps. Again, I'm going to just kind of do the same kind of thing. Let's start off with some Tutti Frutti on our present and on our... Actually, I'm going to do it on all of it. So it's going to kind of be like an orangish with red because I'm going to add cranberry fids to this as well. I think it could use a little bit more red, but I am kind of liking that blend of those two colors. I think that looks kind of cool. So I'm going to pick up some of the ink with my brush here and just add it on in some places and try doing that. Like I said, I am experimenting because this is not something that I do much, so I do like that. I think that looks pretty cool. I'm going to go over one more time with the orange just to complete that blend. So putting some more of that Tutti Frutti down. And I think I really like this. I think I'm going to do a little bit more. I guess I'm playing. I'm going to do a little bit more with the Deck the Halls on the other and kind of try to get that little gradient to work a little bit better using my brush to apply the ink, because that worked so well the last time around. And I do like that. Let's go one more time. And I am loving that. So next I'm going to start die cutting these out. So we'll have some fun little embellishments. I did go ahead and stamp out some more images in some of the blue inks. So those turned out pretty nice too. I'm happy with these. And that turned out perfect. So now I've got everything die cut out, and I kind of thought I was going to mix and match my little packages, but I decided I like the red on the red and the blue on the blue better, so that's what I'm going to go with. And I like the big bows better than the little bows on these packages. I also cut out these little ornament toppers using some of the, I think it was, I don't remember which gray it was, but I will figure it out and I will make sure to post that down below. And we're going to go ahead and add these on there. And we're going to put our little toppers on our little ornaments. So that is perfect. And I have some extra little toppers in case I decide to make some more. So now I'm going to add a little color to the edges of my card base, and this is so that it's going to pretty much, well, kind of sort of match my ornaments, because I'm going to use some paper that doesn't really match, but I think it's going to look good because it's going to be all holiday themed. I've taken some pattern paper, so this is kind of a busy background, and I pulled some die cut shapes out of my stash. So that's going to be kind of what's going to finish off this card. But I also want to bring in some more of the blues. So I'm starting off with On the Lake. And then let's go ahead and bring in some of the suede shoes, since the ornaments are a combination of the two. This is going to darken it up a little bit and give it a little bit of variation of color. I'm kind of liking how it's not completely smooth. I know, completely different than what I normally like. But it's going to be a little bit on the edges, and I am going to cut my my card panel down just a little bit more. Right now I have it cut down to 4 by 5 1/4, so it would leave 1/8 of an inch around. I think I wanted to have a little bit more. So let's clean this up and then we can start trimming that down. And I used some Post-it tape to mask off the back of my card base. So this is actually the card base. I don't always go straight to the card base, but I kind of am now. Let's go ahead and trim this down a little bit and adhere it down to our card base. So this is going to be 3 3/4. Let me just double check, make sure this still has a good place on there, and it does. So that's awesome. So 3 3/4. And it does look like it's cut a little bit crooked, and so this is perfect. So now I can get all of my sides straightened up. So it's 3 3/4 by 5. There we go. And I think I just changed my mind. I was going to go with the ornament, but I think I'm going to go with the present instead, since it does have that open December 25th on there. Let's pop it up on some foam too. This is some thin foam, so doing a couple of layers isn't going to hurt it at all. And we're going to put that down right in the center. And now, of course, I'm thinking I kind of want to yes, love it. I'm going to do a few more of the leaves because I want some of the leaves to go on here. And actually, I think I like it better up here on the top. And I'm going to go with just the one. I just changed my mind again. But I do want to make some more of these leaves because I do kind of like that color that I managed to get. I mean, I haven't played with that kind of stamping in quite a while, and I'm really liking it. So I'm going to say that that is going to finish up my first card. So for the second card, I'm going to do the red and orange the same way that I did the other, starting off with masking off the card base and going around the edges with some Tutti Frutti, and then we're going to come back in with some Cranberry Fizz, using a blending brush for this part, mostly because I know how much this one is a lot juicier than the other, because guess what? I actually have re-inked this one recently. I don't really take the time that I really should to do all the things, all the maintenance stuff in my craft room, but I do occasionally get some of it done. So anyway, so if you're like me and you don't get it done very often, it's okay. It's you be you, okay? And let's go ahead and pull this one up and do a little bit of cleanup. So I'm putting these together about the same as the other. So I've got the borders done and all the things, and I've already stamped the sentiment out on this fun die cut. And for this one, I'm going to use my little candy canes. I'm going to go ahead and put one of them down flat on my panel that is popped up. There we go. And then I'm going to use the little bow and put that on one of my candy canes. This one I am going to pop up on a little bit of foam though. There we go. And card number 2 is done. Let's go ahead and get the last 2 finished up. I'm doing 2 layers of foam on the edge here because it's going to be hanging off. Yeah, it's going to be hanging off a little bit. I think that's going to be perfect. So 1 layer goes on top of my panel that's already popped up, and then 2 layers go on the part that's going to be hanging off the side. So we're going to go like right about there. And I can go ahead and add these down. Actually, let me pull this one up because there is one other thing that I want to do before I finish up on this, and that is add a little string. It's just a little detail so that it looks like these are actually hanging. You could use thread if you want. I'm just going to use a little bit of a black pen. There we go. And that, well, do I want to add any? I do want to add some holly. I'm going to add a little bit of holly on here too. think I might want one more up at the top here. Yes, I think I want one more up there. Give it that trio balance. There we go. And then once this dries, I'm going to trim it off of the edges. Now looking back at this one, do I want to add any holly to it? I do like that little accent of the holly. These little leaves are just too fun. Just snipping off that little bit of excess that's hanging off the edge. There we go. And these cards for the World Card Making Day are all finished. You guys have a wonderful day. Enjoy this fun card making holiday and get some of your Christmas cards or whatever cards done today. Y'all have a great day and I will see you soon. Bye guys.